Just like cooking at home, backcountry cooking requires a great deal of prep, sometimes even more. From knowing how much food to pack to knowing how to safely store food without a fridge or a freezer, you'll know everything you need to do in order to set yourself up for great tasting backcountry meals. Because it's not like you can just jump in your car and go to the grocery store. Let's get to it. Before you even get to the trailhead, the key to having great meals in the backcountry is spending time in your own kitchen preparing your food. There's a bunch of prep work that you need to do in order to minimize waste, cut down on bulk, and ensure that your ingredients are ready to use as soon as you arrive at camp. I'm going to start by cutting some vegetables. Now, I've found that chopped vegetables will keep about 3 to 4 days in the backcountry, and of course, that's weather dependent. If I was going out for much longer than 4 days, I would pack my vegetables whole to ensure that they'll keep for about a week to 10 days. Now, on this trip, I've decided that I'm making a stir fry, so I'm going to go ahead and chop up some peppers, broccoli, and onions. Baggies of chopped vegetables are a great way to keep your veggies fresh, so you can use them in a variety of meals, like stir fries or pizzas. When you're packing dry goods, the main principle that we're going for is reducing the amount of waste that we're holding in the backcountry. Remember, you pack it in, you pack it out. So if I'm planning on using a pound of flour on my upcoming trip, I might not be using it all at once, so I'm not going to want to have to use this container. I'll bring a resealable plastic container to hold this in. The best way to pour it into these plastic bags is to fold them down over themselves so that they'll stand up and open on their own. The other advantage to using a plastic bag as opposed to this paper bag is that it'll protect my flour from getting wet. Trust me, you don't want to carry out a big glob of wet flour. And make sure you get all the air out of your bag so that it's easier to pack. Now, I use baking powder and baking soda to bake in the backcountry to leaven my baked goods. Since I only ever use them together as one unit, I'm going to pre-combine them while I'm here in the comfort of my kitchen. That way I don't have too many extraneous bags in the backcountry. And it's about a 1-to-1 ratio. And I'm going to just eyeball that, but you are welcome to measure it. For items that come in boxes, like hot chocolate or pasta, you definitely want to take it out of the box. This box is just going to be bulky and awkward to pack in my pack, not to mention it's going to be trash that I have to carry out later. These cocoa packets are coming in individual packets, which again, I want to get rid of now so I don't have to deal with this trash when I'm camping. Then again, make sure you get all the air out of that bag before you close her up. And then continue applying these principles of reducing waste and bulk by removing things from their original packaging and putting them in reusable packages. You can also wash and reuse these bags trip after trip. As a backcountry chef, your spice kit is one of your most important pieces of equipment. Some of my favorite spices are salt, pepper, garlic, and cinnamon. And if you plan on cooking in the outdoors a lot, it's definitely worth investing in these reusable spice bottles. That way you don't have to go out and buy fresh spices every single time you go backpacking. I also carry liquid spices. I carry soy sauce, some hot sauce, and oil. And whenever I carry these liquids in the backcountry, I always pack them in a plastic bag. That way, I've got a barrier between these bottles and the rest of my items in my backpack, just in case anything happens to either the bottle or the lid. I don't want to walk around in clothes that are covered in hot sauce for the next week, and I don't think you do either. Since this is such a big bag, I'm just going to go ahead and tie a slip knot here. This is going to keep my liquids together and easily accessible for when I do need them. Whether it's spices, fresh vegetables, or dry ingredients, these meal packing principles will apply to just about anything. And I hope you have fun experimenting with bringing different items out in the backcountry.